Hey folks, my name is Dale Davidson, Davidson Law Offices, and thank you for tuning in today. People refer to me as the VA guy, but today I'm actually maybe the estate planning, asset protection guy, nursing home guy, whatever. Because today's topic is trust. Trusts are not just for the rich and famous, and you'd be surprised what we use trust for here. So, hey, look, if you like what we're doing here, please hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell. It really helps us out a lot. We really do appreciate you and your support. We love each one of you guys and girls out there. We really want to bring something that you can use and that would really improve your life. But if you have any topics you want to hear about, leave me a comment below, send me an email to dearvaguy@gmail.com. So, trust. What is a trust? Well, a trust is basically a legal document that has assets in it. And there's different types of trust, by the way. It has different kinds of assets, and so you can create a trust during your lifetime. They call it an inter vivos trust, during lifetime trust, or a testamentary trust, a trust created after your death. Testamentary trusts are generally created under a will. Okay, a will, of course, is you're telling the whole world that this is who I want to get my property, how they're going to get it, and when are they going to get it. Okay, this is who's going to be in charge. All right, so a trust, back to trust. So there's two basic kinds of trust that I'm going to talk about today. One is called a revocable trust. A lot of people call it a living trust. I mean, there's all kinds of buzzwords out there. I like to say revocable trust, but that's one that you create during your lifetime. Okay, and you are in 100% control of everything. So if I were to create a revocable trust, I would sign the legal document and say that I'm the grantor. That means I'm the person who created the trust. Okay, maybe you're used to hearing settlor. I prefer grantor. That's the person who creates the trust. And then you have the trustee, who's going to be in charge of the trust after it is created. In a revocable trust, as a general rule, the grantor or the settlor is also the trustee. So, now, because during my lifetime, I want to have complete access to whatever I put in my trust. Okay? So, I actually have a prop for everybody. You've probably seen it before. It's the famous trust bucket. I know it's a trust, but I know it's a trust because it says trust right there. So I'm going to take the top off here. Okay. So I've got the top off this bucket. This is a revocable trust. Now I can put different things in my trust. I can put land. There's my cotton. I can put a house. I can put more land. There's my hunting land. And I can put my stocks. Okay. I can put money in there. I can put whatever I want to. I could put my guns in there if I wanted to. If I had any guns. So, during my lifetime, because I'm the trustee, I can take money out, put it in my pocket, spend it, whatever I want to do. This is my trust, my money, my property, and nobody can tell me what I can do with it. Now, why would I want to create a revocable trust? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, upon my death, whatever I have in here actually avoids probate. Okay? So whatever I put in here, I don't have to, it's not subject to probate. It just, whoever my successor trustee is, would just continue to manage the property and distribute the assets in accordance with the written document, okay? So the big issue is probate, okay? Then what happens if I become incapacitated? And do I need a guardianship, or in this, it'd be a conservatorship, that's power over my property? Well, because I've got this trust, if everything's in this trust, if I need somebody to help me, I don't necessarily need a guardian. Conservator, power over the property. So that avoids probate and avoids a conservatorship, okay? And what happens if I just decide I just don't want to do anything? I'm going to turn it over to a professional manager. I can do that too. But during my lifetime, so long as I'm able, okay, I can take money out. I spend whatever heck I want to spend it on. I could buy a Maserati, all right? Money in, money out, because it's all mine. It's like a 2-year-old. Mine, mine, mine. All right? Now, upon my death, I'm going to put the lid on. It becomes irrevocable. It means that my beneficiaries, my trustees, they can't change it. This is irrevocable. Nobody can change it. So whatever I said, how this property is going to go and who's it's going to and how they're going, nobody can change it. All right? Irrevocable. This would be a kind of trust that I would set up during lifetime, the Revocable Trust. Okay. Now, let me go to the second kind of trust that I would set up during my lifetime, and that would be a irrevocable trust. An irrevocable trust is just like a revocable trust, except for I've got a top on it. So whatever I get this trust drafted, so whatever that trust says is how it's going to be. So if I wanted to say I'm going to set this up and say, during my lifetime, I want my children to be the lifetime beneficiaries. They can be that. And whatever the income is distributed to them. And then I said, upon my death, whatever's in the trust can go to them or go to the grandkids or whatever. I control how it goes because I drafted the trust. Okay? So, you're saying, wait a minute. Why would I put all my stuff in the irrevocable trust and I don't have any access to it? Well, the issue that we've got is one of asset protection. If you're looking at long-term care in the future, you don't want to have these assets in your name, right? So that you need to get them out of your name within the 60-month look-back period. There are exceptions to that, okay? So that's one big reason is asset protection. But you say, well, that's still not going to answer my question. Even if I did that and I wasn't worried about the 60-month look-back period, I'm putting my stuff in there, but I'm not getting any benefit off of it. How do I do that? Well, in certain circumstances, we can have the income paid to you. Okay? So we have a spigot. Okay? And we can turn on that spigot and the income can come out to you. All right? So that would be one way to get the income to you. Otherwise, it would be paid out to your lifetime income beneficiaries. In this case, it would be my children. Okay, Dale, so I get the income, but what happens if I need principal? Sorry, Dale, I can't give you any principal, but I can invade the trust through this trap door. See my trap door there? for the benefit of the lifetime beneficiaries. Now, I'm not saying this, but you say, okay, go ahead and distribute out $10,000 to Daryl and Wade and Dylan, and then tell you what we're going to do. I'll just deal with them on that. Hey, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying that the principle is not to be used for you. It's for the lifetime beneficiaries, your children. Okay? But there are ways to get principal out. There's ways to get income out. Okay? Income for you, principal for the children. All right? So that's an irrevocable trust. And why do we draft so many irrevocable trusts? Asset protection planning. We're not really concerned with estate taxes now because the unified credit is so high, but we're concerned about the $8,300 to $8,500, $10,000, whatever the cost of a nursing home is, that you'd have to spend down your assets in order to qualify for any kind of governmental assistance. Okay, so we place your assets in the irrevocable trust, the asset protection trust, for the 60-month look-back period. Okay? So, that's the during lifetime trust. I'm going to put that down. So, after death trust. We may have a testamentary trust in your will because you've got a supplemental needs child that says that his or her share is going to be held in trust for her benefit, paying her extra or supplemental needs. In other words, we don't want to interfere with any kind of benefit she's already receiving from the government or any other third party. Okay, so these are extra or supplemental needs. Okay, maybe you have a child who is a spendthrift, likes to spend money on whatever it may be. Well, I don't want that money to be spent on Maseratis or worse, PlayStation video games. All right, so I would put it in maybe a general needs trust, and I'd say, look, pay to Wade the income from his trust share and distribute principal for his health, maintenance, and support. However, I don't want to make Wade into a trust fund baby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a qualifier in there. Say, look, I don't want this to happen to him. So what I want to do is I want to actually encourage him to work. So I'm going to say, it's my intent that he be a contributing member to society, and that he have a job and all of this, and that if he doesn't have a job, I want my trustee to take that into consideration. So that helps protect those assets from the child becoming a trust fund baby. Okay. Maybe the child's under age 25 or 21 or whatever. Again, this is going to be held in a general fund trust, general needs trust, for the benefit of the child until he or she reaches a certain age, paying income to them monthly, quarterly, whatever it is, and principal for their health, maintenance, support, and education. So, kind of recapping, there's two types of really lifetime trust, inter vivos trust. The revocable trust, remember the lid was off my bucket, okay? And then there's the irrevocable, we had the lid on the bucket, okay? Used for two different things. The revocable trust would be subject to creditors, okay? Meaning nursing home. It doesn't protect you from the nursing home. The irrevocable trust does, subject to the 60-month look-back period, okay? Then we have the after death trust, the testamentary trust, maybe a special needs or general needs trust there. So that's two types of trust during lifetime and two different kinds of trust after death. Okay, so wrapping it up here. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. Hey, look, if you like what we're doing here, I hope you've learned something about trust. They're just not for the rich and famous. Again, you got a house, you got an asset that You know, we put a lot of houses and a lot of trusts, okay, for asset protection planning purposes, okay? So we hope you've learned something new. Hit that like and subscription button and that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we have another video coming out, which will be shortly. If you have any questions regarding VA benefits such as disability benefits or your aid and attendance or estate planning, trust, again, drop us a line, dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. So, look, I want you to go out into this world today, and it's a messed up world, okay? Keep your head high, put a smile on your face, and go out there and make a difference in somebody's life. And look, slow down, enjoy life, enjoy the scenery. Smell the roses, as they say, okay? And I would encourage you, put that dadgum cell phone down and concentrate on your relationships. Don't concentrate on that screen. Until next time, you be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe.